Some engines don't just run, they refuse to quit. They outlast the trucks they sit in, the transmissions bolted behind them, and sometimes the people who bought them. These are the engines mechanics talk about in reverent whispers. The ones with 500,000 miles and nothing but oil changes on the record. Let's count them down. Number 7. Ford 302 Windsor V8 5.0 liter. Production 1968 to 2001. Power 130 to 245 horsepower, 233 to 300 pound-feet. Found in Mustang, F-Series, Bronco, Crown Victoria, Explorer. If you grew up in the 80s or 90s and heard a V8 rumble in a parking lot, there's about a 50% chance it was a Ford 5.0 Windsor. This engine is so deeply woven into American car culture that an entire generation of gearheads learned to wrench on one. Fox Body Mustang guys, Crown Vic Police Interceptor guys, Bronco guys, F-150 guys. The 302 touched every corner of the Ford lineup for over 30 years. The specs aren't flashy by modern standards. A 4-inch bore and 3-inch stroke yielding 302 cubic inches. Cast iron block. Pushrod valve train. In its final high-output form in the Mustang GT, it made 225 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. Enough to embarrass cars that cost twice as much. Ford originally developed the 302 for the GT40 Le Mans race car when displacement rules changed in 1968, and then dropped that same architecture into everything from fair lanes to pickup trucks. What makes it legendary is the combination of reliability and accessibility. The 302 was produced for 33 years with no major widespread problems. Parts are everywhere. The aftermarket is enormous. Ford Performance still sells crate versions of this engine today. And because the 302 shares its bell housing bolt pattern with the 351 Windsor and early modular engines, swapping one into just about anything with a blue oval on it is a weekend project. When Ford retired the pushrod 302 and went to the overhead cam 4.6-liter modular V8 in 1996, a lot of Ford guys mourned. They still do. There's a reason Fox Body Mustangs with the 5.0 are worth more now than when they rolled off the lot. Number 6. Chrysler/Mopar 318 V8 5.2-liter LA and Magnum. Production 1967 to 2003. Power 140 to 230 horsepower and 275 to 295 pound-feet. Found in Dodge Ram, Dakota, Durango, Plymouth Barracuda, Dodge Dart, police cruisers. The Mopar 318 is the engine that nobody brags about, but everybody trusts. While Mopar guys argue over 340s and 440s at car shows, the 318 is in the driveway, still running, with 300,000 miles on it and no complaints. This is the blue-collar engine of the Chrysler family, the one that showed up to work every day for nearly 4 decades and never once called in sick. It started life in 1967 as part of Chrysler's LA engine family. Cast iron block, 5 main bearings, a 3.91-inch bore and 3.31-inch stroke that made it inherently understressed. It never had to work hard to do its job. Early versions with a 2-barrel carburetor made around 230 horsepower, and even when the smog era knocked that down to 140, the 318 still had enough low-end torque to pull a loaded Ram or tow a boat without breaking a sweat. Then in 1992, Chrysler updated it with the Magnum heads and sequential multi-port fuel injection, bumping output to 230 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. That version powered every Dodge Ram, Dakota, and Durango through 2003. It also sat under the hood of tens of thousands of police cruisers. Dodge Diplomats and Plymouth Grand Furies with 318s chased criminals at high speed, idled for hours at a time, and racked up enormous mileage without engine failures. Forum posts are full of guys reporting 300,000 to 400,000 miles on original 318 bottom ends. One owner on a Dodge forum reported over 400,000 miles on the original engine with nothing but oil changes, plugs, and a timing chain. The 318 never got the glory. It just got the job done. If you're the kind of person who thinks they don't build them like they used to, you're right. And if you want more content proving it, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started. Number 5. Ford 300 cubic inch inline 6, 4.9 liters. Production, 1965 to 1996. Power, 150 horsepower / 260 pound-feet. Found in F-Series Bronco, E-Series vans. Now this is an inline 6 on a list that's mostly V8s. But the Ford 300 earned its seat at this table the hard way. 31 years of production, millions of units built, and a reputation for durability that borders on mythology. This is a 4.9-liter inline 6 with a cast-iron block, cast-iron heads, and a forged steel crankshaft riding on 7 main bearings. That's the kind of over-engineering you normally see in diesel engines. But Ford went even further. They ditched timing chains and belts entirely and used timing gears instead. No chains to stretch, no belts to snap. Just gears meshing together, mile after mile, decade after decade. The power numbers look modest, 150 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque in its final fuel-injected form. But the magic is in the torque curve. This engine produces 90% of its peak torque at just 1,200 revolutions per minute. It doesn't need to rev up to move a load. It just grabs hold from idle and pulls. That's why UPS use these engines in their delivery trucks on a constant stop-and-go abuse. All day, every day, for hundreds of thousands of miles. It also powered everything from F-150S and Broncos to dump trucks, wood chippers, airport tugs, ski lifts, and agricultural generators. When your engine doubles as industrial equipment, you know it was built to take punishment. There's a famous story in the Ford community about a guy who ran one of these with no oil for 6 months. He put oil back in it and drove it for another 3 years. Don't try that. But the fact that the story is even plausible tells you everything about the Ford 300's DNA. Number 4. GM Vortec 5.3-liter V8, LS-based. Production, 1999 to 2014. Power, 270 to 325 horsepower and 315 to 350 pound-feet. Found in Silverado, Tahoe, Suburban, Sierra, Yukon. If the Chevy 350 small block is the godfather of American V8, the Vortec 5.3 is the son who quietly surpassed everyone's expectations. This 5.3-liter V8 is part of GM's LS architecture, the same family that turned the Corvette into a giant killer. And it's been the backbone of GM's truck and SUV lineup for 2 decades. The Gen 3 versions, specifically the LM7 with the cast-iron block, are widely considered bulletproof. Simple pushrod design, aluminum heads on an iron block, no variable valve timing on the early models. Just a compact, lightweight V8 that produces serious torque and drinks less fuel than you'd expect from a 5.3-liter engine. Trucks with this engine routinely sail past 300,000 miles, and there are multiple documented cases exceeding 500,000. The weak spot? GM's active fuel management system on later Gen 4 engines. AFM deactivates 4 cylinders under light load to save fuel. Great idea in theory. In practice, it causes lifter failures and excessive oil consumption on high-mileage engines. If you're shopping for a used 5.3 truck, the pre-AFM models from 1999 to 2006 are the gold standard. The 5.3 Vortec also became the most popular LS swap engine in the country. You can pull one from a junkyard for a few $100, bolt on a cam and some headers, and make 400-plus horsepower on a budget that would make a Ford guy weep. We're deep into the heavy hitters now, and the top 3 will surprise nobody who's ever turned a wrench. If you're enjoying this, drop a comment and tell us which engine you've personally seen go the distance. We read every single one. Number 3. Cummins 5.9-liter 12-valve turbo diesel, 6BT. Production, 1989 to 1998. Power, 160 to 215 horsepower, Sahir 400 to 440 pound-feet. Found in Dodge Ram, 2,500/3,500. Yes, this is a diesel. And yes, it's an inline 6, not a V8. But if you make a list of legendary engines and leave off the 12-valve Cummins, you've lost all credibility with anyone who's ever towed anything heavier than a lawnmower. The 12-valve Cummins didn't just save the Dodge Ram truck line, it created a cult. In the late 1980s, Dodge was getting demolished by Ford and GM in the heavy-duty market. So they did something radical. They called Cummins and dropped a 5.9-liter turbo diesel into their pickups. This engine started life powering Case agricultural equipment, designed to run at high loads all day in dust and heat for years on end. Forged steel crankshaft, forged connecting rods, cast iron block and head, 7 oversized main bearings, and instead of a timing chain or belt, Cummins used a gear-driven camshaft, just like the Ford 300. The fuel system runs on a Bosch P7100 mechanical injection pump that diesel guys call the Holley 4-barrel of the diesel world. It's infinitely tunable with nothing but hand tools. The Cummins High Mileage Club has over 10,000 members who've crossed 1 million miles on their 5.9. The stock P7100 pump supports nearly 600 rear-wheel horsepower before it needs an upgrade. The head bolts handle 100 pounds per square inch of boost without stretching. These aren't anecdotes, these are engineering facts. The one known flaw is the infamous killer dowel pin. A small alignment pin on the front of the engine can vibrate loose and fall into the timing gears, causing catastrophic damage. The fix is a $10 tab that locks it in place. Cheap insurance for a 1 million-mile engine. Number 2. AMC/Jeep 4.0-liter inline 6. Production 1987 to 2006. Power 190 horsepower/235 pound-feet. Found in Cherokee XJ, Wrangler TJ, Grand Cherokee ZJ/WJ. Another inline 6. Another engine that earned its way onto this list through sheer stubborn refusal to die. Popular Mechanics once described the Jeep 4.0 as reliable as a block of wood. And honestly, that might be underselling it. This 4.0-liter straight 6 was originally designed by American Motors Corporation, a company that was literally falling apart at the time. Workers were reportedly sabotaging cars on the assembly line over unpaid wages. And yet, somehow, in the middle of all that corporate chaos, AMC's engineers delivered one of the most dependable engines ever bolted into a vehicle. It produces 190 horsepower and 235 pound-feet of torque. Numbers that don't jump off the page until you realize this thing makes its torque where it matters most. Down low at trail speeds, where you need predictable power to crawl over rocks and drag yourself out of mud holes. No overhead cams, no timing belts, no turbochargers. Just a simple, overbuilt, straight 6 that doesn't know how to quit. Over 5 million were built. Owners routinely report 300,000 plus miles on the original engine. One Cherokee owner on an enthusiast forum claimed 413,000 trouble-free miles and said he still uses it to blow the doors off modern soccer mom Jeeps at stoplights. When Chrysler killed the 4.0 in 2006 and replaced it with a 3.8-liter V6 from its minivan lineup, Jeep enthusiasts were furious, and rightfully so. Nobody wants to brag about running a Dodge Caravan engine on the trail. Number 1. Chevrolet 350 Small Block Fight 8, 5.7-liter. Production 1967 to 2003. Power 145 to 370 horsepower, 380 to 400 pound-feet. Found in Camaro, Corvette, Silverado, Tahoe, Caprice, and literally everything else GM ever made. There is no debate here. Over 100 million built. Ward's Auto named it one of the 10 best engines of the 20th century. If you've ever set foot in a garage, a junkyard, or a drag strip anywhere in North America, you've been within arm's reach of a Chevy 350. This engine didn't just define a generation of performance. It is the generation. A 4.00-inch bore and 3.48-inch stroke, giving you 350 cubic inches in a compact, lightweight package. Cast iron block, pushrod valve train. It came in everything from 145 horsepower economy variants to the screaming 370 horsepower LT1 with solid lifters and an 11:1 compression ratio. The same basic architecture powered grocery getter Caprices and Le Mans winning Corvettes. In 2008, a Wisconsin businessman named Frank Oresnick made headlines when his 1991 Chevrolet C1500 Silverado crossed 1.3 million miles on the original 350 small block. The truck ran daily delivery routes across the Midwest, sometimes covering 700 miles in a single day. The transmission got replaced a couple of times. The engine? Never touched. Just oil changes every 3,000 miles. That's not a fluke. That's what happens when you build an engine this right. The aftermarket support is so deep you could build a complete 350 from scratch using nothing but catalog parts from Summit Racing. Need a crate engine? GM still sells them. Need a 3.8 three-stroker? Drop in a longer crank. Need 500 horsepower on a beer budget? Cam, heads, intake, and a weekend in the garage. No other engine in history has this kind of ecosystem. GM retired the production 350 in 2003 when the LS series took over. But the 350 never really died. It just moved from assembly lines to garage lifts where it will absolutely positively outlive all of us. And that's why it's number 1. That's the list. 7 engines that laughed at the odometer and kept going. If your engine made this list, you already know. If it didn't, tell us what we missed in the comments. Because there are more legends out there than any single video can cover. Subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you on the next one.